Hey everybody, welcome back to Come On Get Happy Hour. It's a new year and we're rocking in the double wide here. I got my friend, my producer, my partner in crime up north, Judy Sketch Blinson. What's up, Judy?
What's going on?
It's
I
all
heard
good.
you
It's
had
all good.
somebody's birthday recently. How'd
Who
that
had
go?
a birthday?
Well, it wasn't me because I'm a
I was
Scorpio.
36. That's right. That was
36.
36. That's
Well,
right.
and this is the how many times we've been 36
I've
now?
been 36 a couple of times over, but
Mm-hmm.
good thing about drinking moonshine is like you don't remember how old you are anyway, so it's all good.
Right.
That was good, just chilling. Went up to Ventura County,
Oh,
cruised
nice.
around. It's funny, for some my actual birthday, I woke up, jumped on a kayak, rode around the island just to kind of. Katie, my wife, makes me do something that's not easy for me, and that's chillax. So I'm just
Uh,
cruising around. I start looking at names of boats.
uh-huh.
I come to the conclusion all these boat owners are old uh, perverts. So
Oh no.
I started taking pictures of the names of boats. I'm like, these are all just dirty old men. This one right here called Wet Cooter. That's the name of that boat, Wet
Oh my
Cooter.
goodness. Okay.
And this one is Family Jewels. That's my Family Jewels right there.
Right.
This one is what's this one? Not Too Naughty. Get it? Not
Wow.
Too Naughty.
Yep. Yep.
I'm just on the kayak. This is just a few that I saw on the kayak. And this one's Seaweed with a pot leaf seaweed. See?
Okay. That one might have come from Canada.
That one could have been, yeah. That was one of yours. And been celebrating with my nephew, whose birthday's a couple of days before mine.
Oh, cool.
18 years, Katie's sister's son. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, nice.
There he is on my lap. He's about 2. And here he is on my lap as he's 6'5", 250 pounds.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wild parties, wild parties. What did you do for birthday parties up in Canada?
Well, growing up, it was like, traditional birthdays. And then in the fourth grade, I went to a new school and someone said, "Oh, what are you doing today?" And I was like, "Oh, it's my birthday. I'm just going to have a few people over." I said that in the morning. And by the end of the day, people just kept saying, "Oh, I heard you're having your birthday. Can I come by?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And didn't think to tell my parents, nothing. So fast forward to 3 o'clock, 150 children show up at my house. And my parents said,
Nice.
I'm not allowed to have any birthday parties after that unless I pay for them
To this
myself.
day.
So, funny enough, though, I started throwing my own parties. And as an adult, particularly when I lived in Los Angeles, I
I
started
know you did.
tying in charitable stuff with mine. So I'd throw a party in LA and a party in Vancouver, DJ them, and then no gifts, just donate to, and I give people a couple options for charities. And so it was a
Don't you
good time.
find like being a DJ, because I was a DJ back in the day, in which
Hmm.
you were at my wedding, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden the DJ says, "Hey, can you take over for a minute?" And then an hour and a half later, you're like, "Wait, I'm still
Right, right,
DJing. I thought I was getting married. I'm
right, right.
working."
Just people like, oh, you're actually supposed to be playing the role of the groom. I know, but just one more song, one
Yeah,
more
yeah.
song.
One song, man. I gotta make a call
Yeah.
real quick. And
Yeah.
I'm going to show our guests, but here's one of my wild parties. Like, have you ever seen a nerdier group of kids in your whole life? And
Wow.
my mom to this day still makes the same cake with my
Okay.
same little cowboys and Indians and motorcycles that I have some on the shelf here in Colin's room.
Right.
But
What
look at these
flavor cake
weirdos.
is that?
Look at these weirdos.
That's a good
These
breed.
two girls are cool. They're like, I don't know how we got here.
Right.
I know how we did because our moms worked together. But these guys,
Yeah.
they're like, pretty sure they're on some sort of watch list today. But
That's cool. What kind of cake does your mom make? What flavor?
makes me a chocolate.
Oh, okay.
And she puts a real caffeine in it. She puts coffee
Because that's
grounds
what you
that
need.
get all jacked up. Yeah. So speaking
So,
of performing, there's something I wanted to ask you about that you're too modest to mention, but I saw
okay.
this today. What's going on here? Annual Legacy Awards 2021.
Oh, look
There's,
at that.
there's
Yeah, so it's Black History Month, and
mhm.
since I was a teenager, volunteer with the National Congress of Black Women doing various health initiatives and so forth over the years. And this year they're honoring a bunch of doctors
Oh,
and
very cool.
honoring resiliency and health. So they asked me to do a performance. So I've created this piece. It's a virtual gala this year because we are still in a pandemic.
Oh, nice.
But what happens if people buy your ticket on Eventbrite, it's $20, you will then get a discount for the local Caribbean restaurants in the area that
Oh,
will,
wow.
so you can get stuff there. But I'm looking forward to having a bit of a performance. I miss performing. This pandemic has been not good for that.
So are you
I
going
like
to rap? You doing poetry? You
so
spinning? What's going on?
I did this sort of spoken word piece with a little bit of lo-fi hip hop underneath background and stuff,
Nice.
and it's got some visuals of various people in history and stuff like that all the way through to today. And yeah, I think it's gonna land well. I hope it lands well, and I'm just really happy that they asked me to be a part of it and
Yeah,
being
what
able to
an
say
honor. That's
thank you
very
to
cool.
these people that
Yeah.
have been saving our lives.
And how can we get tickets even if we can't?
I will put a link in the description,
All
and
right.
yeah, they'll go to Eventbrite and people can watch it, and
I
all the
like
money
it. All
goes
right.
towards the charities. So it's great. Yeah,
Well, I know you rock the house.
thank you.
Okay, should we get this party started?
Well, yeah, let's talk about who's going to be on the show.
Well, tonight on the show is two of my good friends in the world of comedy. The first guy has been on Tonight Show, BET. It's funny, he grew up in Fresno, I grew up in Kentucky, but the similarities are pretty crazy. And I was on his podcast earlier today, Pocket Party Podcast. And you'll recognize him when you see him. He's worked with Snoop Dogg, he's worked with everybody. Mr. Darren Carter, the party starter.
Yes.
Darren's on.
I'm a big fan of Darren.
Yeah, Darren's the best, man. Does great impressions, beatbox, kills it.
Good energy
And
too.
a lady from Jersey, I think
Mhm.
tonight might be the palest I've ever seen her. She's usually full on spray tan, but
Yeah.
she's beautiful either way, and very funny lady, very talented. She has a new cooking show she's going to talk about. Miss JACLYN MARFUGGI.
Yay!
Good show
Jacqueline's
tonight.
back. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, let's get into it then.
All right,
You
let's
ready?
do that. I'm playing a little old school here. I never know if I could play it because I think once we got like muted or something on Facebook for,
It's all good.
because I don't really do anything above the books. I just kind of, it's better to apologize than ask for permission, right?
Look, that's the scripture I grew up on.
All right. Let's
Praise
kick
the
this.
Lord. Let's get
the party started. All right, Judy Sketch Lewinson, we're about to bring it. Everybody, thanks for watching. Tell everybody, tell all your friends. Come on, get happy hour. Comes out every Wednesday night on Facebook on our Stevie D and so-called friends page. So that's the page I put all the comedy gigs and this show. And you can also find it on JACLYN on YouTube.
Yeah.
So everybody, let's get this party started right now. Let's bring it. Yo, here we go. Our first guest tonight is an old buddy of mine. He's known as the party starter. And he's been all over, man. He's been hustling and grinding for years. He's a good buddy of mine. I just did his podcast maybe 4 hours ago. He promised it was gonna be 15 minutes. Of course, we did about 55 minutes because we're buddies, man. We get to talking, old school, some Fresno, some Kentucky, some beatboxing. You know how we do it. I'm representing for Darren tonight. He's been on BET, all the talk shows. He was on the Tonight Show, the pinnacle. If you're a comedian, especially back in the day, like 15 years ago, it was the Tonight Show. That was the golden ring. That was the golden boombox ring right there. And this man did it. And I'm so proud of him. I don't know what that's like because they wouldn't even let me on the Tonight Show lot. But this dude right there, I think it's Sarah McLachlan or somebody. And Michael, what's his name? The British dude, McCain.
Michael Caine.
Caine, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, please give it up for my man, the party starter, Mr. Darren Carter. Where the hell is Darren Carter?
What's up, man? How are you? Can you see
Hey,
me?
buddy.
Hey, I
Long time
didn't
no
know.
talk.
I didn't know what you were holding up at first. I think you were holding up a phone with photos.
Bro, I got a
Yeah.
big production here. Look at that.
Show the other one, the first one. I think was it Snoop Dogg? Is that what you held up?
There's Snoop. There's
That's
Darren
cool.
and Snoop.
It happened so fast on the camera, just like that. I didn't know what you meant because
We'll
it'd be
fly
like
it.
a part of like
Judy is the
it'd be like-
professional. So Judy, my producer, I just do all this like, white trash hillbilly, like, hey, I got a picture of him. Here it is on the phone. And then she flies it in and makes it professional later.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were holding up, so it'd be like, it would be like,
That's
hey,
what
I
she
got
said.
Stevie D, so it'd be like, yeah, I got Stevie D, so I'm representing. You know what that means? And be like, what the
Yeah.
hell did you do? I'm representing, man. Like, what the hell?
What is that? A Motel 6 key? What is that?
Exactly. I was just because you just held something up so fast, I didn't catch on. I was like, yeah, we got Darren.
Are you up in Fresno?
Yeah, I'm up in Fresno. Can you? I don't know what you can see. I have my phone on a tripod, and I put the tripod on the bicycle. But here's a little bit of I don't know if you can see those mountains way over there. They're
Is
like
that
snow
bales of
capped.
hay right there?
Yeah, that's bales. That's what they use to cover the plum trees and whatnot. And then
Really?
yeah, there's like some piles of wood way out there. And if you look way out there, I don't know. Oh, look, there's the Kings Canyon National Forest way over
Really?
there.
I love
But I
Kings
don't know if
Canyon.
you can see. Yeah, it's way out there. And
I
then,
didn't know you could see
and then
it from there.
you can totally see it, man. It's like I was here on Sunday. I did my show in Hollywood on Saturday. Woke up that morning, came up here, and it's like on Saturday. It was just beautiful, man. I literally, I'm just like a kid still. Like I'm like, wow, I can't believe how amazing, like I went from like the Hollywood. I was at the Roosevelt Hotel on Saturday night during a show. So you're seeing like sirens and ambulances and police and
Yeah.
that whole area. And then I woke up in Burbank, where we live, and then I got up that morning and got here. And when I was riding my bike, I came around the one curve, and I'm just seeing this, like the snow on the mountains, and I see these two birds flying in the sky, and I'm just like, this is amazing. Like,
That's cool, dude. I got a Kings Canyon hat. I should have represented tonight, but I thought the boombox ring would be enough because you and I both like the old school hip hop.
oh, that's what that was. I didn't know what you were holding
Oh,
up
you can't
to.
see that?
Oh, yeah, because you did it so fast. I was like,
That's a ring.
yeah, I got the
There you go.
boombox.
You got the Motel 6 key there.
At the motel. Yo, man, my first gig. No. Hey, you know what? My first gig, actually, one of my first gigs, I went to Fresno City College, and this kid that was in class with me, he managed a Burger King, and he goes, "Hey, we have an employee meeting on Saturday." He goes, "You want to hide in?" He goes, "You want to hide in the walk-in and come out and perform?" So I did.
The walk-in.
Yeah, man. I was not the freezer part, but just the regular cold refrigeration
Yeah, who's
part.
gonna?
I
Yeah.
was like, "This is cold," and he's like, "Here he is, Darren Carter," and I came out and did my thing, and
He's like, let me get some circulation back first. Let me do the running man real quick.
You do the feet stomp thing.
Wait, did you work at the Burger King?
No, I went to college. I went to Fresno City College with this guy, but he managed.
Don't brag, Darren. Don't brag.
Yeah, I know. Somebody told me I should lie. And so you should lie about your education. So I was like say like Harvard or Yale or something. I'm like, oh yeah, I went to Harvard Community College. No, I went to Fresno City.
All right.
But yeah, it's so funny. One time I was on an airplane, and this lady, she just came back from like a college reunion, and she's like, oh, she goes, and where did you go to college? Like a lot of people just assume you go to college.
Yeah.
And I go, I went to Fresno. I felt almost embarrassed to say Fresno City College, so I did lie. I go, I went to Fresno State.
All right. All right. Stepped it up. You stepped it up a little bit.
And then she goes, well, everybody has to go somewhere.
Oh, damn. She got you like that?
I know. I was like, dang. Yeah.
I went to Tallahassee Community College for 5 minutes, and I lived in Panama City Beach and went there for about a semester. No, I went like a year, but Darren, I didn't have any money. So I enrolled again and just kept going to class. And then they would like about 3 weeks in be like, yeah, you need to go talk to the dean, Steve Dupin. I'm like, what? What's he want? They're like, yeah, bro, you haven't paid. I'm like, you didn't get the check? So I went a whole semester without paying for one class. So I'm pretty sure that didn't count. I'm pretty sure that semester did not count.
But
and
you
absorbed
DJing. Education.
But I got so much knowledge, Darren, that I keep giving it back. What I do, I give the knowledge back, and that's my way to make amends for not paying for my community college. And then I started DJing, and I'm like, I don't need this anyway. I started rocking the sweet the mullet thing.
Yeah.
We were talking about breakdancing today, and we were saying, did you do the stuff on the floor? And I'm like, no, man, I'm not jacking up my mullet, getting down on the floor.
Yeah.
Up and into locking,
Yeah, yeah, you know, like all that stuff that people do.
Oh
Remember all
yeah.
that,
That part looks
but I
cool. Once you get down on
yeah,
the floor, like we were saying, like if you have a date,
I
like just hold on a
like
second. You still got it, Darren.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You tell your date, you're like, hey, you're like, hey, honey, hold the thought. And then you like drop down and get your clothes all dirty.
What's up?
Yeah, I actually did do that once. I remember I was on a date with a girl, and I go, watch this, and I thought it'd be funny, you know. I was like, hey, I'll drop on the dance floor and spin around. But she thought it was disgusting that I'm rolling around where people's shoes were.
Yeah.
And
There's
then
going to
when
be
they
a
go,
coronavirus in 30 years. What's wrong with you?
and then when they bring the lights up and you look down, you see all the spilled alcohol and the straws.
Oh,
You're like, this guy's
funky,
that's gross. Yeah, I
sticky.
was laying around on that crap, but
I was
I
in a
always
break.
thought,
I was in a
yeah,
breakdance crew in high school, and they actually let us go to the local bars, and we'd put on like a breakdance little routine. And I was like 17. Yeah, Darren still got it. Oh,
for that, like, yeah, yeah. Tell as you're telling this story, I'm going to
all
give
right.
people a
So
visual.
I started going up in the clubs and breaking it down. And they knew what was coming around when they hear the sound and it's going down. And so I was 17 going to bars, and the waitresses would be like slipping me drinks. And don't tell my kids that. That's not a good story to share. But Darren, we were talking about you and I both like hip hop, and you're from
Yeah,
Fresno. I'm from Kentucky,
yep,
which Fresno is pretty much the Kentucky of California, right?
sure is. It sure is, man. It's funny. Hey, hey, you know, I was curious. I know, like, uh, Elvis Presley, Memphis isn't too far from where you are. Did he ever perform near where you grew up?
He did. He performed. My mom actually saw him in 76. And she goes, I'm going to take you next year to see him. So I'm still mad. I never got to see the King. And I had his bass singer on here, a couple of months ago. And I know
Yeah,
Austin, your son, sings bass, and he was asking me to ask him if he hit a certain note or something.
yeah. His
And
lowest note. Yeah.
but I never got to see my biological father in person. Is the answer.
Yeah, that's
But
funny,
Darren,
man.
I just had a birthday Sunday, and
Happy birthday.
thank you, brother. And I just happened to find the other day one of my raging birthday parties. I hope we'll fly this in later. It's me looking miserable in the middle, and three nerd dudes at my party that I don't even remember their names. And this guy right here, look how creepy this guy looks.
Oh man.
And here's our big. We were talking about our big events. Like, do you have a big party for him, like pinatas and like
No, you know
mariachi
what?
or anything?
To my knowledge, yeah, because I hate when I say something and my wife's like, "You never remembered this." But yeah, we never really did the whole like we're gonna rent like blow up water slides and.
Mhm.
But I know there are other parents that have done that. We usually like to keep it pretty low key. And for my birthday, what I like to do, man, is I like to just spend family time. I don't care if it's going to the beach or just going for like a light major like hike in an area maybe like that we haven't been to or something out of the normal. But my favorite thing to do on my birthday, oh, hold on, put this camera here. My favorite thing is bowling, man. Believe it or not, I like to go bowling because it's not something that we do a lot. And so to go bowling, it just kind of creates memories and it's pretty easy to do, you know?
Yeah, that's a good white trash sport. So any sport you don't spill your drink, like you can have a drink
Yeah,
and you're still
yeah,
engaged in the
yeah,
sport. Like we used
yeah.
to pitch horseshoes, and like you can
Love
hold a drink
horseshoes.
and you're still like, oh, it's my turn. All right, hold on. All right, I'm up. I'm
Yeah.
up. So that's a good one. And
Hey,
bowling's like
I
that.
gotta tell you something about horseshoes. In fact, I may want to look. Here's one of the farmers right here.
Hey, farmer, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? How you doing? Hi. So, so
Get off my land, motherfucker.
yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're good. We're good. Thank you. Say hi. Want to say hi? There he is.
Oh, man,
Hi.
what's
Yeah,
going on, brother? This
yeah.
guy
He
needs a
says
cerveza
hello.
right there.
That's good. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah. Check the yeah. All good. Thank you. Yes. Yep.
He's
All
like, thanks for
right.
the bike.
Yeah. Exactly. He's like, he's like,
He just
you
threw your
finished?
bike in the truck.
Hey, give me back my bike. But
Peachy Wedo.
yeah, it must look really weird to them, like, because every now and then the different farmers come around. They're like, "What's that guy doing?" Because we're always doing something silly out here. Either we're doing a show, we're filming a video. I'm just doing pull-ups on the non-working farm equipment. Like there's an old I think it's called a cotton picker, and you can do like pull-ups off of it, but it's rusty and it's been sitting there for like who knows how long.
Is that the thing? Is it belling the hay? Is it rolling the hay?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it hasn't worked in like years, so who knows?
You're on your wife's property, your wife's family's property. All right.
Yeah, and that guy is one of the main guys. That's his brother. So that's his brother. So that's yeah. So I know him only from Hello Hi, but he's only been here for a couple days now.
All right.
He always feels the need to say hello and saying what he's doing. Like, hey, I belong here. He's always like, I'm watering. I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you. All right, man, go water.
Like, 2 weeks from now, he's just gonna be driving past you, going, hey.
Exactly. Like, yeah.
So you keep Austin's parties low key, but it seems like today, man, with our kids, like everybody has to outdo the other one. And I remember like last year for my son, I had it at Dojo Boom, which is like American Ninja Warrior thing. And I even had our buddy, Matt Eisman, do a video for him.
Yeah.
So I was like,
that's cool. American Ninja Warrior.
This is Matt Eisman. Your dad's an American Ninja Warrior, Colin. And I was going to tell you, I told you today that, but here's the visual of the wild parties we had at my birthdays. And the big main event was popping a balloon with your butt. It's crazy, man.
That sounds funny, right? Like, hey kids, I'm gonna blow up a balloon. Who pops it? And then so the person who pops the balloon, do they win?
I think they win. Look at this kid. He's enjoying it a little too much.
Oh, it's funny. Hey, there was
he's on some sort of a sexual predator watch list about now.
Yeah, they play the same game in Miami, except some white powder comes out. Hey-o. No. Hey, here's what I was going to tell you before my friend drove by in the truck. Horseshoes. So I looked it up, and I wish I could remember the stats, but I was realizing that I looked at because I was playing horseshoes a lot over 4th of July, and I thought, man, I wonder what a high-paying horseshoe player, like, what do they earn? Like the best in the world. Like, what could you make a living at that? And I Googled it, and there's a guy.
I Googled it.
When I Googled it, everything is Googled now. And there's a guy. He's like, when this article came out, he's the #1 horseshoe. And how much? I don't know I don't know what his name. He's the #1 horseshoe guy. I don't know what the real term is, but how much do you think he makes a year from horseshoes?
$482 in a case of Budweiser.
No, more than that. I should reread the article, but I want to
$100,000.
No, $4,000.
4,000. He's the champ.
Dude, every time he throws a horseshoe, it just sticks right to the pole because they put like clay, and so it just goes clank, clank. I mean, he's so good. And I was thinking, like, you got Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, like these guys are at the top of their. But the best in the $4,000. He basically said he got $4,000, and he met his wife. He met his wife playing horseshoes.
Yeah.
So he's got that. But and then he says, and then I told my wife that I go, he doesn't even have any sponsors. And then my wife goes, his wife is a sponsor.
Hey, she works. Hey, I can't go to work. I'm a professional horseshoe pitcher.
Yeah, pitcher. That's the word. And then I was thinking,
you pitch horseshoes.
But I wonder, I'm gonna have to Google this. And I think they make more money. The guys that, like, when you're really good at cornhole, because cornhole is kind of like horse. Cornhole.
When I first came to LA, I needed the money, Darren.
Yeah.
That's how you get good at it.
Who wants to play cornhole on my birthday? No, but it's those guys make more money. They make more money. Cornholers. Yes. I wonder if they'll get along. You know how, like, yeah, exactly.
Like mimes. Yeah.
Yeah, mimes. And like skiers kind of look down on snowboarders. Like, you're like, I think horseshoe guys probably look down on the cornholers. Like
rollerbladers and roller skaters. I'm old school. Exactly. I'm roll bounce. I'm roller skate.
Yep. You stop with the front of your foot, right? You're like skating on the front.
Yeah.
And then rollerblades, I think the brakes are in the back.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Not that inline nonsense. That's
Yeah,
goofy.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, brother. I want to talk to you about working out, but you and I talked a long time today about fitness and a bunch of fun stuff. So tell them where they can find your podcast. And
Okay, my podcast, it's everywhere you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Spotify. Look up Darren Carter Pocket Party Podcast. And I have all the visuals. Go to my YouTube channel and you can see the visual of the podcast and also my stand-up videos and my vlog. And go to YouTube, Darren Carter, Darren, Darren Carter on YouTube. So thank you so much.
that's my buddy, man. He's one of the funniest in the game. He's been killing it. As a matter of fact, when I first started doing comedy, I was in a couple, 2 or 3 years. I knew who Darren was. And then we were doing a gig once and I was on stage goofing around. I knew he was there. And afterwards, he gave me a compliment afterwards. I'm like, shit, Darren Carter, give me a compliment. All right. Now you created a monster, Darren Carter.
Hey, and here's that helmet I was telling you about. So when we play basketball, or I'm sorry,
That's
when
the
we
one I give you a hard time. I was like, Darren, you can take your cap off when you put the helmet on.
I know, because I wear 2 hats. I didn't know anyone.
How many hats do you wear, Darren?
I got a bandana, and then I got the visor to block the sun, and then I got this. So my son and I were playing. I made up a game called.
You can jump out of an airplane and land on your head, and you're good.
Yeah. So we created this game called Helmet Knocker. So you go like this, and then you got to like hit the other person's helmet. But he's better at it than me, and I made the game up.
Well, I told you my son now is getting big. He's 12 and a half, going on 13, and now he wants to wrestle all the time. But I told you what happened last night. I had to punch him in the ass. I literally, it was the first time I'm like, all right, dude, I gotta give you the hammer one time. Bam! just to take him out because he has one. Because I just take him down. He thinks he's strong, and he doesn't have, like I told you, he used everything in his arsenal, and his last trick is to kick me in the nuts. I'm like, you can't kick your dad in the family jewels. So I had to take him out with a punch to the ass.
That's funny. Yeah.
Next year, I need some more training next year. Anyway, brother, thank you so much for jumping on. I'm sorry that guy stole your bike. Jog home, and at least you still got your helmet.
That's right. I got my helmet. See, I didn't used to want
bike.
We didn't grow up wearing helmets, but then look, I get this bike. I don't know. Can you read what that says? It says it right there. Be safe. Wear a helmet.
It says Huffy. Huffy.
Are the words backwards? I don't know. Be safe. Wear a helmet.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Be safe. Wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for setting a good example for the children, Darren.
It says everywhere I go, it says wear a helmet, wear a helmet. So I thought, gosh, I really don't want to wear one, but I mean, it keeps telling me to wear one. So I've been wearing my helmet.
You're a law-abiding citizen, Darren. That's what I love about you, buddy. One of the funniest man in the game, everybody, Mr. Darren Carter. Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Thanks, man. Have a great day.
All right, man. See you, man. All right, everybody. That was my man, Darren Carter. I was just looking at my memory on Facebook. 2 years ago was a little birthday party right here. And this lady, the next guest, was on this show, I believe. Yes, she was. Mm-hmm. Yes, she was. Yeah, with my man Mike Marino at the Ha Ha here in North Hollywood. They've been doing some creative shows lately, and we're going to talk about that. This lady has done so much television, rocked so many stages. I said, "What do you want for your intro?" She said, "Just say I'm the palest person in Jersey. No gym." No tan, but she got gym in her house. She does a little plyo jam. She got it going on. Please give it up for Miss JACLYN MARFUGGI with the pretty lights. Look at the pretty lights, though. The lights are so good tonight.
Thank you. I need that because
and I think she's in the laundry room as we speak.
I am. It's literally right behind me.
I'm still mad that one time you walked past your mom and I didn't catch it. It's like, that was your mom. Why didn't we get your mom on camera?
I know. It's so annoying because she literally looks like Heather Locklear, like when Heather Locklear was like.
Was Heather Locklear?
Yeah, exactly. And she just won't. She won't get on camera. It's so goddamn annoying.
Mom's got it going on there. She's a real Jersey housewife. And
oh, God. Thigh gap like this big. I'll never look like her. I think I'm adopted, Stevie. I really do. Happy belated day.
But I'm pretty sure Elvis is my biological father until I get to the bottom. I don't need science to prove that. I'm just pretty positive he is. So I feel your pain. But
Right?
are you at your house or your fiance's place?
Oh yeah, I'm at the fiance's house.
So the last time I had you on, so I know you're now fiance, and I'm like, dude, when you gonna put a ring on it? And you like looked up like off camera, like for real. And it was like
Yeah.
a week later.
It was crazy. And literally he like begged me to come back to Jersey for the holidays. And I was like, no, I'm not. It's like, we're not. My family won't see me. I'm not going. And he was like, it's in your best interest. And I literally was like, I'm either getting engaged to the love of my life when we get there, or I'm going to be the next Lorena Bobbitt and on the news
Yeah.
when we get there.
Something's going down.
Right? Either put a ring on it or put a knife in my hand, one or the other.
And it went without a hitch. It was a beautiful day. And
No. It was a very romantic day. We were in Atlantic City, which, it's kind of a little sketchy now. So we were standing outside of the convention center. We needed to get COVID tested. So we were literally in like 10-degree weather, just shivering outside, just getting sticks up our noses.
tested to do
just
what?
To make sure we were okay. We do like the COVID tests like a few times a week. So, we had flown, we had done all that.
Yeah. I do like this. I'm like, I don't think I have a temperature. I'm good. I don't have COVID.
See, thank you.
Very scientific. Yes.
I agree with that. But to keep everyone else happy.
Yeah, you got to do it. And you walk around with your like test, like I'm negative. I'm good.
I'm going tomorrow morning to get tested.
Are you?
Mike Marino's show that I'm doing this weekend, so I can step foot in his house.
Do you have to do that for the show?
Oh yes, all of it. Yes.
Really?
Proves that you're negative.
I shot, I saw you and Tommy were doing something with a celebrity with a cooking show the other night. And I said I had a cooking show in the works. And so on the pilot, we were shooting something a couple of weeks ago, and the rock star was going to be in the first episode. Said, yeah, I just needed you to get a COVID test. I'm like, cool, no problem. I had one 2 weeks ago, but I'll do it. And he's like, okay, and it needs to be a blood test in front of me, but I'm not leaving my home. I'm like, so I'm going to order like a blood mobile, like a lab to come to your home. So you know what I did? I'm like, I know this guy does Cameo. And so people at home, if you don't know what Cameo is, that's when celebrities, you can go on this website and it shows you their price for a cameo to say, happy birthday, or congratulations on your engagement, JACLYN. So I looked at his Cameo price and I said, hey, bro, this is just for pitching anyway. It's not the actual first episode. How about I just tell you what to say and I'll pay you your Cameo price. And then so that's what we did. And it probably was cheaper than me getting like a doctor to go to his house and give me a blood test in front of him.
Wait, that's insane. I feel like this guy's a vampire and just wanted blood.
Like, can I keep the blood while I'm...
I have not heard anyone do that, Stevie.
Yeah, I'm like,
thank God. You could be murdered by now. I don't trust this person at all, but I bet they make great TV.
Yeah. The craziest people make great TV, so.
Oh yeah, no. So we stood in freezing cold line around a bunch of crazy people, and the night before my fiance was like peeing blood and having like all these like problems. So finally, after we got the sticks up our nose, I was like, we're going to urgent care. Yeah. And I literally sat in the parking lot of urgent care all day, and he passed kidney stones. So
tink.
Yeah, that was.
Wow, he did that in one day though, because some people it takes like a week.
It's like a normal occurrence. So like he kind of knew what was coming. It was like his third baby, his third kidney.
All right. Tell him I said to drink more water and lay off the sodas.
Exactly. So yeah, we, passed a kidney stone and then hopped on a Ferris wheel and dropped on his knees and proposed.
So hot. I mean, that is ideal. That is so sexy.
Yes. It was very Jersey though. Like I literally kept walking saying, oh my God, you're going to murder me here. Because, he walked me out onto this pier that was desolate, empty, like the creepiest, like all the rides were shut down. Like I was like, you're going to kill me. You're going to kill me. And then he got them to like make this Ferris wheel go. and we got on the Ferris wheel, and I
So it was
opened
just the
up.
two of you on the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, just the two of us.
So he did a little,
Yeah,
hey, don't say nothing to nobody.
exactly. Which I respect. And yeah, that was it. I opened up my phone though to like take a picture, and literally it was like a Sopranos Instagram, and it was Silvio driving Adriana in the car to murder her. And I was like, oh my God, you are gonna murder me up here.
This is
And
going down.
it's going down. And then he went down, and it was all good.
Speaking of, were you wearing this outfit?
Ah!
And I've got the same outfit, by the way.
Oh, I wish. You probably look better in the outfit now. God, Stevie. Whew. The COVID.
Are you wearing this outfit?
Oh, that. I mean, I was wearing that coat. That's about it.
Those boots. Is that on Sunset? Is that Sunset?
It is. I did that photo shoot with actually the Laugh Factory's photographer, Liz Vig.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
She's awesome. I've always been obsessed with like the late 60s and the movie Casino and Sharon Tate and Chateau Marmont.
Same here, yeah.
Right. And so right before Christmas, I was not feeling like my best self. I was feeling like gross and overweight. And I was like, fuck it. Let's book a photo shoot and just go with that vibe, shoot at Chateau Marmont. And we got some pretty cool pictures, you know?
That's who, the first time I took my wife home back in the day, many years ago, they go, she looked like Sharon Tate. I'm like, I'll take it.
I mean, yeah, your wife is absolutely stunning, Stevie.
Thank you. I'm married up. Keep her laughing. There's your man right there.
There he is. Oh God, I put him through the ringer. I mean, God, he's always a shining star too. It's so annoying. He's like just on it when it comes to these cooking segments.
It's so funny.
Word of advice, prep all the food before you're doing the segment. We did not do that this week, and it literally induced massive panic attacks.
Can you not keep up because the food, they're like, okay, grab your salt and grab your...
Well, yeah, there's like 20,000 people watching because we've been working with Orca Live for Amazon Live. And so you do it and you're on camera for an hour and you're selling all this stuff, and it's just, they've gotten pretty big. So it's like shit or get off the pot, and you're just on it, and woo.
And this is you guys are doing this together?
Yeah, we've been doing the cooking segments for probably 2 months now.
Because I saw you doing a Sopranos one, and I didn't really know what was going on. Yeah, I might need to pick your brain.
Oh yeah, that one I did. I ended up quarantining and getting tested, and then staying with my parents for a week. And I was like, Dad, I'm supposed to do this segment with Tommy. Would you step in? And he did it. He was amazing. I mean, you know,
that's your dad?
That's my dad.
Oh,
yeah.
So cool.
Right? Well, I made a cookbook for him with all his recipes last year, and that's kind of in the works now.
That is awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of like food royalty in the food industry. So
your dad is?
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
His name's Phil Marfuggi, and I mean he was the president of the Cheese Importers Association. He literally went to Capitol Hill and like fought for cheese importing against like Trump. Like
hey, how you doing with the Adidas sweatsuit on?
Exactly. Like the
he's
president.
Legit, man. He's legit.
Oh, he's so legit. It's like doesn't get any better, and he killed it.
Please have me over for dinner.
I know, right? Well, if I can, yeah, you need to. They make me quarantine for 2 weeks and get tested like a million times, so I'm not even invited over for dinner. But next time, you got it.
Please, I love that. Where can we see the show?
Everything is on Orca Live. You can just go on their like Instagram, and all the links are there, and it's on Amazon Live. They're like A-list on Amazon now, so yeah, everything's there. It's pretty cool.
What's it called?
Well, it's Orca Live, and the segments we do is called Celeb Dish. So we take
Celeb Dish.
Yeah, like celebrity cookbook.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and make all the recipes. I am like a certified mixologist, so I make a bunch of cocktails.
Really?
And, yeah.
You bartended back in the day?
Oh
Did you?
My God. Yes, Stevie.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah, no, I am like legitimately like a certified. It's insane. I don't tell people that. It's
I
weird.
didn't know that. This is like our 4th or 5th interview, I think, and I didn't know that. We did shows together.
God. Everything.
I am too. So what I do, I get vodka, and then I go in the fridge, and I see what juices we have in the fridge. And what I do, I mix those together.
Okay.
And it makes the perfect cocktail.
I love it. And you're so like shabby chic with your little mason jar.
You know how to break it down? You know,
See, I'm lazy. I just buy the vodka in the can for these.
What is that?
What?
High Noon?
High Noon. Yeah. It's like a vodka soda, but it's grapefruit flavor and it's good.
Okay. What's the alcohol content? I don't want to waste my time.
Yes, let's see. This is 4.5% alcohol.
This is 82.9% alcohol.
Okay, you win. I am so jealous.
I don't know what it is.
Wait, I want to hear about your birthday. What did you do? I want to hear.
I went up to my mother-in-law. She lives in Ventura County, Channel Islands Harbor. Just chilled, my wife made me do something that's not good for me, which is like relax.
Ew,
so she's like, I'm like, who does that?
No, don't.
I might miss something. So I did that, but I want to talk about a particular birthday and Lady Gaga. So this is all about the birthday stories.
The queen, right?
The queen. I thought Britney was your queen.
I know.
Don't cheat on Britney.
Any blonde pop star I'm here for. Are you kidding me? Well, it started out with Paula Abdul, actually. She was always my number one.
All right, straight up. All right, I'm with you.
Oh, Paula Abdul. I had an Uncle Jimmy who I'd never met before. And this was when we moved to California for like a year when I was little. And never met Uncle Jimmy, rager. He's, great. And he was dating this manager of like a tanning salon on Sunset. This is in the 90s.
I probably went there.
You probably went there. And Paula Abdul.
I had a membership to a tanning salon on Sunset in the 90s.
Okay, well then you probably know Piper.
All right.
That's her name.
That sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, and so my Uncle Jimmy, we had never met. He was like a few removed. He couldn't remember my name. And so he got Piper to get Paula to write me a letter that says like, to JACLYN, like, may all your dreams come true, like all this stuff. And it's her legit handwriting. I'm not crazy. Paula wrote this.
Okay.
And then he like sent it to me, and on the envelope it just says to Paula Marfuggi.
What?
So, yeah, that was me for a bit, Paula. Whatever.
This is a relative, huh?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's fine. He knows my name now, JACLYN.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
now he calls you Brittany Marfuggi, but still,
right?
getting closer.
That doesn't have a good ring, Brittany Marfuggi.
Brittany Marfuggi.
Right? Like, I love Britney, but free Britney, everyone.
Free Britney. I haven't seen the documentary yet, so.
I mean, you know everything.
Sad?
It's sad, but it is what it is. I mean, I feel like it's all our fault, kind of, for like consuming all the media. So like, I don't even want I don't know. I just feel bad for her. I feel like she just wants to like have fun and be in love.
I think so. Our kids went to school with Kevin. Well, I guess her kids. I was going to say Kevin Federline's kids, but I'd never see her at the games. I would always see Kevin and the kids.
Yeah, because
next time I'll call you when I see him at the games.
Thank you. Small fry and tater tot. Those are the kids.
Were they small fry and tater tot?
Yeah, those were their nicknames in the early 2000s.
I guess it's better than Blanky or whatever Michael Jackson's name is.
Oh, Blanket.
It's Blanket and Prince.
Jesus, what's up with the names? I can't take it.
Oh no, that's so bizarro.
Yeah,
it's not as good as Your Majesty. Jermaine has a son, Jermaine Jackson. Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
That's the best.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty is the best.
The first music video I ever did was I was one of the lead dancers in a Tito Jackson music video. It was like my first job in Hollywood, and it was right after Michael died or passed away.
Judy, can you look that up and we'll fly that in? Judy, can you look that up?
And I have pictures. Judy, I'll send you the pictures.
All right, please do.
And right before we did the first take, it was just literally Tito, me, and this other amazing dancer, Lorraine, and we're all facing our backs to the camera. And Tito looks at me and goes, I've never done this without my brothers before. I'm nervous. Because it was like his first solo thing. And it was just like heartbreaking. But I was also like, you're Tito Jackson. Like, what?
Here's a tissue.
Exactly. It was like, you'll be fine, dude. Yeah. But he was awesome. It was a really cool shoot. I don't even know if the video actually ever got released, but I have a bunch of pictures from it that I can.
I want to look that one up. I remember, because I also was a dancer back in the day. But I
Wait,
remember
what music videos were you in? I need to know.
none that you've heard of, but I remember like I'd be in front of like Jody Watley or somebody, and I'm like, that's Jody Watley. That's the jam right there. Want me? Don't you want me? And I never got picked,
Oh my God, that's like Club MTV, right?
Yeah, Club MTV. I was on a show called The Party Machine. I was a featured dancer, and but I was in like I was in a couple videos, but no. This is not about me. This is about you and Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah. So this was a birthday this year. Weird birthdays, June, and we weren't doing anything in June in LA during like COVID. Like it was like lockdown central. So we decided, I don't know about you, but I love like lobster rolls. And there's this really good place in like the Malibu Country Mart.
Okay.
Where you have to you do like a drive. So it's like the most Malibu shit you could possibly do.
Right.
So, not McDonald's.
Yeah.
We're driving.
The struggle's real. We couldn't get out of the car. We had a drive through for our lobster rolls.
Right?
Sucks, man.
We have to do a drive through.
How long is this shit going on?
It was I feel like a douchebag saying that, actually.
We couldn't get out of the car.
We were doing a drive-through for lobster rolls and rosé.
Couldn't even get out of the car.
We couldn't get out of the car, and I was with my brother and the fiance, and it was packed. Like the parking lot was packed. Everyone was in their cars, so they decided to drive us like off-road in the back of Malibu Country Mart, like hidden. Like it said danger, like do not park here. So we park, we pull out our lawn chairs, and we're sitting like kind of in the middle of the road on the side, eating. I'm chugging out of the bottle of rosé, and all of a sudden, there was a few cars that tried to park in this like spot across the street that just couldn't do it. Like it's a weird parallel perpendicular thing.
You're talking about behind the mart off of?
Yeah, behind. Like there's some weird like village back there.
It was Pepperdine, but you were behind the country bar.
Yeah.
And
so all of a sudden this like Tesla, this black Tesla comes rolling up. And I swear to God, she looked like Dina Manzo from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And this bitch could not park. She literally was going in and out. And I literally was giving her the worst stink eye I've ever given someone. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because she was like coming in.
Like an Uber, bitch.
Exactly. Like about to hit me. I'm sitting in my chair just trying to chug my rosé on my birthday.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like my brother and Tommy notice it's Lady Gaga before I notice it. And I'm obsessed with her. I fucking love her.
All right.
And so I'm like, can you believe this girl? Like, this girl looks like a trashy reality star. She's gonna hit us. Like, fuck this. It's my fucking birthday. Like,
go back to Riverside, bitch.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, like, the car turns around, and I notice, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Lady Gaga's boyfriend in the passenger seat. And then
so she was driving?
She was driving.
But the scary thing is, you know what her boyfriend looks like.
I know. That's the also weird part. I am maybe a stalker.
That's her boyfriend, not the A-list boyfriend, but that's the B-team boyfriend. That's the West Coast boyfriend.
Exactly.
And by the way, the Teslas have auto park, I'm pretty sure. She hasn't figured that out yet.
I don't think so. I feel like, I'm not going to lie, I was just watching her documentary on Netflix, and she literally pulled up to Mark Ronson's house and hit his car also that was parked in the driveway. So I don't think Lady Gaga should be driving in Malibu, just putting that out there.
I don't think she has a license. I'll see her in the Trans Am. A black Tesla, you say?
Yes. And that was it. And I was so mad at myself. So she ends up parking. She gets out of the car. She's wearing this like sparkly little like face mask thing. And they get coffee. And I was too chicken shit to like run up to her and be like, oh my God, it's my birthday. I love you. And so I waited. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go wait in line behind her. And I walk up and I realize I don't have my phone or my wallet or anything. And I was like, I look completely psycho. So I like walked back. I missed my Lady Gaga opportunity, but I gave Lady Gaga a major stink eye on my birthday. And that was,
well,
I'll never forget it.
You're a celebrity now. So you could have said like, Lady Gaga, You know what's up. You know what's up.
I can be like, have you heard of What's Your Jersey podcast?
Yeah.
Look,
What's your
you.
Jersey? Where's she
Yeah.
from? Isn't she from Jersey or something like that?
She is, but I feel like everyone thinks she's from New York, but she was physically born in Jersey. So I
You
feel
should have
like
invited her on. Say, look, I'll try to squeeze you in. I
I'll
can't
try.
promise you.
Right? No, that's a few. The last time I've run into her a few times actually. I was standing on Sunset, you know, in the Tower Records parking lot on Sunset,
Mm-hmm.
and I was
from
doing,
Book Soup.
yeah, exactly. And I was running down Sunset, and I noticed like a gathering, and it was right around this time of year, and I stopped like in front of the Viper Room, and there was a bunch of cops, and I was like, "What's going on over there?" And they were like, "We can't really tell you, but just go stand over there because something cool is about to happen."
All right.
And Elton John decided to do this pop-up concert in the middle of Sunset in the Tower Records parking lot.
Oh, very cool.
Just
Very
like
cool.
a free concert. And so I was literally sweaty in my workout gear, just standing there by myself, rocking out to Elton John. And all of a sudden, these like big security guards literally like brush up against me. And then this tiny little blonde with huge sunglasses walks by. I thought it was Debbie Harry, walks by, goes up and just walks on stage. And it was Lady Gaga. She literally just walked through
Just
and went
kills
up.
it. Like, excuse me.
Okay. And that was it.
All right.
I
So
know.
you're like, so if you're saying if you show up at her house unannounced, she would probably remember you and be like, JACLYN, what's up?
I feel like the German.
Are we doing the podcast tonight?
Right? No, they'd invite me in. I've been to her restaurant in New York, Joanne's. I ate meatballs there. It's a thing.
You're in. I mean, at this point, it's ridiculous she hasn't called you.
I mean, I feel like I'm going to make her a maid of honor at my wedding. I mean, that's only natural at this point. She'll be insulted.
I worry a little bit when I see you dressed as Brittany and you're doing the belly room shows as Brittany. I'm like, how far is she going with this?
I know, right? I have restraining orders all over.
I'm that way. I would be that way with Steve, Steve Perry or, some rock legends. If I know good thing I don't know where they live, because I may show up in the Trans Am, just hang out in a minute, an 8-track kicking, the T-tops off. What's up?
I love it. You're like, they would want to be friends with me.
They probably want to hang out, I'm pretty sure they would.
Yeah. Give them the opportunity to hop in there.
Give them. So JACLYN MARFUGGI, when you going to be on the West Side? When you going to be back?
Yeah, I'm doing a Facebook show with Mike Marino this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'll be still on the East Coast until March 20th. We're doing the Count Basie Theater in New Jersey in Red Bank on March 20th.
You and Mike? With Mike?
Yeah.
I love Mike, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm flying back. So I'll be back end of March in LA. So.
Right on. Do you know Mike's the one that took me out of retirement of comedy? Did I tell you that?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? So I'd pulled back, I had kids, got married, and had a little cancer and all that. But I did Rockstars of Comedy, which we did a concert film with Brad Ernst and Steve Burns and all these people. It was Whitney Cummings. And I'm like, all right. And then I got a TV kind of situation deal. And I'm like, well, maybe I need to be behind the scenes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just kind of chilled from doing live stand-up for a while. And then Mike's like, come is like the mafia. It's like, hey, just come out one night. I'm going to be in town. I go, Mike, I don't step foot in comedy clubs. I can't do it. If I'm not performing, I'm not going to sit in the audience and go, he's so funny. I'm like, I can't, bro. And he's like, yeah, just pop in for a minute. Let's just hang out. So one night I did. And then I'm sitting there going, son of a bitch. I'm like, and you see a couple of comics. I'm like, I need to, okay. All right. The next day I called Mike. I go, you bastard. You know what you did? I'm back in. I go, you got me. He's like, I was hoping I would, buddy. I was like, all right. He's like, when are we going to do our first show? And we did. So
that makes me want to cry happy tears for you.
Oh, there we go. And I could have just made that story up. But anyway.
No, he's getting me out of retirement. I mean, I've been doing the like Zoom shows and stuff, but I haven't physically like stepped foot on a stage in a theater. And over, like my last show was at the Comedy Store almost this time last year, you know, March.
Mike 2nd. And I we did one of the last shows last March before the shutdown. So we did our show on Friday, and then the radio was saying you can't be at a venue with more than 50 people. Then it dropped down to like 10 people. And that was Friday night, and Sunday it was pulled the plug on everything. So
That was crazy.
So the first show we have back out here, you better be there.
Oh,
JACLYN Marfuggi.
geez. Yes, I'll be there. I'll bring my friend Stephanie Germanata, aka
All right.
Lady Gaga.
All right, all that.
I'll bring her. We'll do a duet. We'll sing Shallow. I'll
Bring
do
the
the
whole
Bradley
crew.
Cooper part. Yeah, it'll be great. I promise.
You always bring it. And tell your man I said congratulations. Proud of you
I
guys.
will. Thank you so much.
I'll hit you up for some cooking tips because I don't know what I'm doing.
Celeb dish, yeah. Ask away. Believe me, I've messed it all up for you. I've learned.
Thank
I
you.
have tips.
Luckily, I have a professional chef, and I can just make some moonshine and tell some jokes. But
yeah, and look pretty.
Yeah, that's what I do. What I do.
Exactly.
All right, JACLYN Marfuggi. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. That was a solid show. Was that a solid show, Judy?
It was amazing. It's so funny. I always love when they come on the show.
Good people.
I had no idea that JACLYN's a mixologist.
I didn't either. All this time, she never told me that. So, I'm going to take advantage of that. Like when you and I go to a party, or if we're doing a party and they ask us to DJ or tell a few jokes, I found myself a bartender.
Well, there we go. Right.
A mixologist. I'm sorry, mixologist.
Mixologist. Yeah, it's gonna be fancy.
That's right, mixologist. Everybody, thank you for watching. Come on, get happy hour every Wednesday on Facebook, Stevie D and his so-called friends, and on YouTube. Thank you, Judy, Sketch, Lewinson, the maestro. Everybody, we'll see you next week, y'all. Stay happy. Peace.
See y'all later.
See you later.
Let me take you back in time. You're in the mix with JACLYN. You're in the mix with JACLYN.